and voltage. It's a very long walk on, isn't it, Daryl Gurney's? I was actually thinking about getting my taxes done while that was going on. It's due tomorrow. End of the tax year today.
58.
Rob has been in a very good mood in the last few weeks, and every time I've seen him, he's had a big smile on his face, and why not? He told me he's getting his driveway finished this weekend, so it's something nice to go home to tomorrow, because he has been away for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I spoke to Rob on Friday after we got here from Rotterdam, and he said, look, the game I was worried about, I know I'm playing well, I know I am, and I'm going to go up there and be good. But the game I was worried about was yesterday. First game, one game on the Saturday as a seeded player. Once I get to Sunday, I'm happy. I know I'm going home, I get to spend a bit of time with the family and the kids. And if I'm happy, I'm dangerous. And that is exactly what we've seen from him this year. Last year, he had a lot to deal with. The Premier League, completely new to him. And it's not just playing a game every Thursday. You've got to get there on the Wednesday. It's all over Europe. You're away from it. It takes 3 days out of your week. And that's time where the previous year, Rob Cross was at home, doing his practice, spending time with the family, and gearing up for those weekends on the Euro Tour, the Pro Tour, and doing special.
But that one's a hit. So that's a good layup. But yeah, when you're sitting still on a plane, you can do something that's good for your psyche, your mental well-being.
What did you do?
Usually shut my eyes and imagine that I'm somewhere else, which is exactly what I used to do on stage.
Really?
Yeah.
Where did you imagine you were?
Probably backstage. You get your arm right, but up on stage, your arm should be ready. The one thing you've got to condition it there is your head. So for me, it was all about forgetting about pressure, forgetting about what you're doing, and just let your arm do the work.
Well, Rob Cross, he's managed by a guy called John Archer, Nevada Sports. And there's a whole bunch of them here this weekend. Stephen Bunting, Ricky Evans. They had a great day yesterday.
James
Bunting,
Wade.
Evans, James Wade, the other one. Wade is a new addition to that little stable. And him and Rob are now obviously travelling everywhere in the Premier League together. I think it's probably done both of them some good, to be honest.
96.
Because if you are away from home, and Rob Cross at the minute playing Premier League, Euro Tours, Pro Tours, everything, you might be home 2 days a week. So you've got to make those 5 days that you're away playing darts, you've got to make them bearable. And you only play, you'll be practicing for 3 or 4 hours before your game. You mightn't play one game in the day. But that's your job. You've got to make it bearable. I mean, I don't know, there's probably plenty of people who listen to this who work office jobs and that. You might work with people you absolutely despise. Doesn't make it any easier, does it? I know what that feels like.
You're absolutely right. I spent a lot of my career hanging out with Peter Wright, Mark Webster, Mervyn King, and Robert Thornton. I could spend a generation of time with those guys and never get sick of them. They're just great people.
They get sick of you?
Absolutely. They are breathing a huge sigh of relief this year. I'm probably very happy that I'm not talking about cooking and golf. Rob Cross is doing the ladder shot. And he feels at the final hurdle. Now can Gurney do the same? If he gets a 60, he'll be going to the right for double 10. That gives him enough room over the top of that one.
40.
Some way off there.
20.
He's not happy with it. And Rob Cross is going to go 2-0 up. I don't see any other outcome.
There's Bongo Cam Man.
Magnificent facial hair, but a complete lack of understanding about how Bongo Cam works.
He played it like a piano, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. If you didn't see the coverage yesterday, you may see quite a lot of that guy. There he is! Look at him.
It's like a cross between Santa Claus, Crocodile Dundee, and Wayne Marble.
Oh, dear.
He's going to have to... Well, he looks like the kind of guy who might have retired already. But if he's going to the local coffee morning tomorrow, he might have to do that with his friends.
He's got some moves.
100.
Daryl Gurney going to have to start making some moves here because he's only averaging around about 90 at the minute, and that's not going to be enough against Rob Cross. I don't think it is anyway. I mean, look, Rob Cross
60.
Wednesday night in Rotterdam was 5-1 up against Mensur Suljovic and just doing what he's been doing for weeks and weeks and weeks now, and then completely imploded.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened in that game because from 5-1 up, I don't know what the price was for Suljovic to win from there, but it must have been gargantuan.
Millions to one.
Maybe somebody out there who had a pound on it.
99.
But Rob Cross is joint top of the Premier League because he bounced back with a victory against Jeffrey Desvon. And I tell you what, of all the hostile crowds I've seen, it wasn't as if they were
96.
abusive. It's just that they were loud and they were booing every single thing that... Rob Cross just literally turned around, laughed in their face and booed them back. It was incredible. And that gives him a real chance here if Daryl Gurney can't take the 74. I'm pretty sure it's treble 14 he wants. Yeah, double 16. He loves this double.
42.
I think he thought that was in. He couldn't quite see it, but it was a well-thrown dart, and he was hoping it had just snuck in the left side of that double. But it didn't, and now Rob Cross, one of the darts he might need is a treble 18, which is making this very doable. It is the treble 18 he needs. Only just shy.
63.
Well, 3 darts in his hand looking at double 16. You think this is going. He's already missed a couple at it, but he won't miss another. 2-1 in this one. Now, these two, I think there's a very, very good chance that you could see these two at the O2 in London on finals night in the Premier League. Rob Cross is right at their level with MVG at the top of the table. Daryl Gurney is in the top 4 spots at the moment, but their Premier League meeting this year, Rob Cross annihilated Super Chin. It was 7-1.
140.
Yeah, that was quite the performance, and Super Chin's face after that loss, it told a story, but the way he's bounced back from that,
yeah,
is quite remarkable.
First 180 for Rob Cross. We saw these two compete at the European Championship in 2017, Rob Cross's first year. Rob Cross went on to make his first major final in that tournament by annihilating Super Chin in the semis. That was 11-3. But he has lost 3 of the 7 ties they've played, so it's not as even though there have been some big, dominating wins for Rob Cross, Daryl Gurney has held his own.
Well, I think Rob has that quality of being able to see people off a lot sooner. He doesn't get embroiled in these ugly battles when he's playing like this. He tends to finish people off really quickly. Stay down there. To good effect. That's someone who knows their maths.
He does. He does go roots like that, Rob Cross, as Gurney looks at the 11s, and now he looks at double 14.
Thought he was going to do it again. He had a couple of those against Durant in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Right on that route as well.
6 out of 7 on his doubles that night. 7 out of 8 on his doubles that night, I believe, and 2 1-2-1 checkouts.
Yeah.
Glendowen averaged almost 100 and got convincingly beaten by Daryl Gurney. Double 8 for Rob Cross. He'll give it the stop, he'll give it the pause, he'll give it the wipe and the look. And
yeah, that split on the 16s was a good miss, because if he'd have shielded the segment again, he would have had to move. The fresh bed was good for him, but he couldn't hit it. The double 14 is begging to be hit here. And there you have it. Somehow, Daryl Gurney has mustered his...
Andy Bolton was right there with him in every single leg. Andy Bolton averaged 97 and got 1 leg. Super Chin averaged 98 and a bit and was taking his chances under pressure. That's what you got to do against players who are playing well against you. And you know Rob Cross is going to play well against you because he's playing well against everybody.
I think Gurney fancies this today. I really do. Now, if he is to get this title, it's not going to be easy. He'd have to go through Cross, then through Adrian Lewis or Snakebite, and whoever comes through the bottom half, it could be anybody.
I see Ian White or Stephen Bunting first.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
My
then it would
mistake.
be the winner of Adrian Lewis and Peter Wright. I mean, look.
So let's throw another one in there.
Yeah. I mean, did you see Ian White yesterday?
Yeah, that was quite good. Quite good. That may be one of the best games that Ian White's ever played.
Well,
He had to.
it was unreal. Absolutely spectacular.
121.
No need to go the old Trouble 17 and bull routes.
65.
But a really good, strong leg from Daryl Gurney on his own throat to go into the lead for the first time if you can pin this 56. But there's going to be some sort of pressure.
140.
Quite a bit of pressure, it turns out.
56.
Single 16 leaves tops. Super chin. 3-2.
Yeah, some comeback from Daryl Gurney. And now Rob has got to regroup because he's taken his foot off the gas somewhat and he's got to start finding that first dart again. That's much better. He can attack that. Now he went for that dart to
81.
bang that second one against it, but it just came up short. And when Daryl Gurney's hearing 81 for Rob Cross, he's thinking, all right, I want a 140 here. I want to get myself in front, but he's unable to do so with no trebles.
Well, Rob Cross, of course, was only beaten by Michael van Gerwen last weekend. He averaged 100 in every single game and only lost 8-6 in the final. But
He doesn't look as sharp at this point this week as he was last week.
no, that's true.
But you can maybe forgive him for that because he has had quite a week. But then Daryl Gurney's had quite the week as well.
And look, Rob Cross all year has looked absolutely mint and not won anything. Not, he made the final of the UK Open and made the final of the Euro Tour last weekend. He's not won anything yet.
What he'll probably do, Dan, is he'll play this all year, he'll get no titles, and then he'll win the Worlds.
Well,
60.
I mean, the thing is, he keeps on playing like this. He's going to win stuff. Daryl Gurney, by contrast, he's made a Pro Tour final. He's flying high in the Premier League. He's not playing his best by any stretch of the imagination, but he's finding ways to win. And you can make a case for it being better to be in either position, where I'm winning games without playing my best, or I'm playing magnificently and it'll turn for it. It's the old Jamie Hughes situation, where Jamie Hughes is playing incredibly. He's not winning anything. He's not getting close to winning anything, but he's playing magnificently. And you just think that carries on, you'll be fine. But at the same time, you'd rather be sat there on a big pot of money that you've won despite not playing well, which is kind of what Daryl Gurney's been doing this year.
I think you get to a certain stage in your career. Now, Rob hasn't got to worry about the dollars at the minute, and I'm sure Daryl's in the same position. I think what they're looking for are wins that enhance their legacy. Now, they've got a long way to go in their careers, but they want to start winning. They want chalk marks on how many Pro Tours they've won and how many majors. Now, Rob Cross can finish off a mediocre leg on double 9. Misses have been the story in this leg. Some slack darts, some missed opportunities from Cross, and Gurney, if he can pin this, gets a 2-leg gap.
Well, that first dart was no use to him whatsoever. He will come back looking at tops. Oh, Rob, what are you doing? How has that happened?
Well, some of the darts have fallen short today. He's had a couple of small ones, and maybe that arm is a little bit lethargic. And tops for Gurney is there, and that was a really good guide. You just saw that first dart move a little bit. He banged it into it, and it was used to perfection. And Gurney is looking much more likely to get through to the next round than Cross right now. It's a bit like when you miss a big single like that and you bust your score with one dart. It's the equivalent of a shank in golf. You will be thinking about it for a little bit of time, and you've got to be able to forget about it. So there's another one short.
2/3 of Rob Cross's games this year in all competitions, he has averaged a ton or more, and there have been some big ton plus averages. He is averaging 89. Who is this man? This is not Rob Cross.
The worrying thing is that first 9. That's usually something like 15 to 20 more than that. And the first start has not been good. In the last 3 legs especially.
23.
Well, this is similar to his display at the UK Open final, where against Nathan Aspinall, he just ran out of steam. He had nothing more to give. He ended up averaging 88 and sleepwalking to defeat in a major final where he was the heavy favourite. That was supposed to be the game where Rob Cross says to everybody, I'm not a one-hit wonder. There's my second major title. You silly sausages for doubting me. It didn't happen.
Well, Daryl Gurney nearly missed that single 9 there.
It was a little bit close, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Now, if he doesn't miss this double 16, 5-2 up and cruising. Cruising he is. And some of that aggression that we saw from Rob right at the end of that 4th leg, he hasn't needed to dip into that honey pot again because he's been able to coast for the last few legs, and he's going to get plenty of opportunities to sew this one up. 26 games he's played in Players' Championship Series this year, adding another 5 last weekend on the Euro Tour, and the one we saw yesterday, Rob Cross. This is his worst performance in terms of the numbers. He has not averaged below 90 in any of those games. Says to me that he has worked really, really hard over the last couple of months, and he needs to go home to reset, to rest a little bit and recalibrate. Now, if he can somehow get out of this hole, which is looking less likely by the dart, then fair play to him, but Gurney has got this one by the teeth.
Well, Daryl Gurney has fought and battled, and 95 averaged his way to this position.
Do you remember when 95 averages looked great?
Well, the thing is, they are still really good. You can win things with 95 averages. We saw on the Pro Tour last year, Peter Wright won a title. He averaged 95 for the whole day. Now, there are plenty of times that's not enough.
It's
but
because
we
get spoilt with the 110s like we've just seen from Jackpot, and the games like the Aspinall-Cullen game and the Brown MVG game. Now Cross needs 2 of those, and a skin saver for the ball. Might be the last dart he throws in the German Darts Championship in 2019, because Gurney is looming.
67 required. He is going to get 1 dart at double 16. Daryl Gurney loves this double. And Daryl Gurney pins this double. A victory against Voltage. And the world number 2 is out of the